Let's take a look at some problems that are in from IXL, so you can just make sure that you're clear on the IXL format here. We know that when we have two numbers multiplied, like this times this, and they equal 0, that one of the numbers must be 0, right? And we have to recognize that this in the blue circle, this is a number. Now, do we know what the number is? No, we don't, right? Because u can be anything. But we want to know, okay, what does this number have to be in order for when I multiply it with this number, it equals 0? Well, one of these numbers has to be 0, right? That's the only way we multiply and get 0 is by multiplying by 0. So either this equals 0 or this equals 0. So either u plus 8 equals 0 or u minus 5 equals 0. So how do I find out what u equals then? Well, here's the thing. Let's look at this one first. What would u have to be here in order for u minus 5 to equal 0? Well, u would have to be 5, right? Because 5 minus 5 equals 0. So we can kind of see, what's this? We can kind of see where the, right? When I add 5 to both sides, look what I get. I get u equals 5, which makes sense, right? Because if I put 5 in here, that'll be 5 minus 5, and that'll equal 0. And then when I multiply this number, that'll be a 0. And then when I multiply it by this, it won't matter what that number is because it's being multiplied by 0. So one possibility for u is 5. And another possibility is that u is negative 8. Okay, why is that a possibility? Because if I plug in negative 8 right here for u, that's negative 8 plus 8. That's 0. Okay, so as long as one of these is 0, then the whole equation will equal 0. So here are your answers here. Let's take a look at this next one. Here, the next two things that are being multiplied, the two things that are being multiplied are this and this. So either u must equal 0 or 9u plus 7 must equal 0. Okay, now this is already solved. U is by itself. U could potentially be 0, and that would make this whole thing equal to 0. So the other option is this whole expression could equal 0. So how would I solve for u and get u by itself? Looks like this. This is 9u equals negative 7. Now, u is being multiplied by 9, so I'm going to divide by 9. And here's what I get. Listen, this is how IXL wants it. Negative 7 over 9. Negative 7 slash 9. So you'll enter negative 7 slash 9. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, it was there was a 6 here. And then you would have gotten negative 6 over 9. Make sure that you reduce that, right? Because both of these can be divided by 3. So just make sure that you reduce, right? Make sure fractions are in simplest form. But in this case, 7 over 9 doesn't reduce. Okay, and then one more last example. Either this is 0 or this is 0. So 4r plus 7 equals 0 or r plus 5 equals 0. In this case, I'm going to start with the simpler one. Subtract 5 from both sides. I get negative 5. That's one of my answers. And here I subtract 7. 4r equals negative 7. I'm going to divide by 4. And once again, I'm not going to actually do the math here. This is going to become negative 7 over 4. I'm going to type negative 7 slash 4 into IXL. All right, it's going to be your turn to try now.